Hello everybody, it's me from JesterBushcraft, and in today's video I've got a few more updates on the sit-on kayak. Okay, the first edition involves the camera, the SJ4000 action camera that I've got, and if you remember back to my previous video, I fitted the Scotty deck mount into the bulkhead here, and I had this camera mount, just this section, plugged into there, but I found that reaching from the seating position I was overstretching just a little bit, and I was a bit limited in what angles I could have the camera at. The camera was about this height with lots of little attachments, and it wasn't exactly secure. So what I've done is I've purchased one of these joints that plugs into the deck mount. I've got the extender bar. These are all Scotty components. I've got the extender bar, which is very rigid and sturdy, and then I've got this, which is like a twist. You twist that and this just pulls straight out, so it all clips together quite nicely. And you can see there from the seating position that it's a lot closer to hand for adjusting. So what I'll do now is I'll just put the camera down on the tripod and I'll show you the different positions I can set the camera in. You can see that okay. As you can see there, I've got it in a relatively high position, but it's close to the cockpit area that I can, you know, sort out the camera, pressing the buttons and setting record and stuff like that. But what I can do is I can undo this and lower it down. Ideally, with this mechanism, with the two teeth that lock into each other on the fittings, you have to back the fittings off quite a bit to adjust. So ideally I could do with some of the slip discs that you can get, which makes adjusting a lot quicker, so I'll probably do that. You can see there that's a lot nearer now to my seating position. You can adjust these accordingly, again with the ratchet. So it's still pointing forwards, we've just lowered the angle slightly. If I wanted to set this completely vertical, again you can see how much. Obviously I'm not going to be doing this all the time, I'll just set it for one position and leave it as that. So that's that little bit higher. Then of course if you wanted to swing the bar out to the side, I can adjust the bar, the arm to the side, lock it in, adjust the camera accordingly. I might want it facing me, so I can adjust that accordingly. So that's now out to the side a bit. I could probably even go a little further down than that, even go to there. Adjust again, and we've got a side camera angle now coming out to the side and relatively low to the boat. If I wanted the arm facing forwards, will go forwards to a degree. I'll just work my way through there, get to about there. You still see that? Yeah. Again, adjust. This will be a bit of a stretch. This might be one to set up before I set off. But there we've got forward facing, and of course if you wanted you could swivel that round so it's forward facing. like that. So I've just got more options now with the addition of that arm. What I'd like to do is fit some more of these deck mounts, maybe somewhere around here, and I'm going to use an extender pole which I've seen made on various YouTube channels, where they use these attachments, which then I think they use a camera monopod. So I'll probably have a do at making one of those as well. One of the other additions, which you've probably seen on the maiden voyage video, is this bag that I've incorporated into the strapping of the seat. It was an old water bladder bag, and I've just created some little loops and carabiners there, which I can just unclip from either side, and that can be lifted out of the way if I want to use the bungee area. I've got a recessed area with bungees, so if I've got anything under there I can just flip that up and then put it back down and clip it back in place. I'll just keep various bits and pieces in there. I've attached a old camera bag to the back of the seat for additional storage, and because the maiden voyage I found that this seat, even though I had a thin pad, I decided I needed some extra padding. Now this is an old child seat. It's plastic underneath. It's got this slightly spongy cover, and these were moulded plastic inside, but I've took the cover off and I've cut these plastic bits off, so that is just squishy foam. I think I've actually put some foam inside there. Yeah, because they were filled with plastic. They were filled with plastic part of the seat, and I've stuffed some foam sponge in there. So that's now a decent. I mean, I'm not big. I'm not a big person around the buttock area, so that's perfect for me. And they just cushion me. And also, if I've got any water collecting in here, I'm not going to be sat in the water. So that's something I need to try out. If that doesn't work, I have a backup option, which again is making use of old child seats. And this one probably is going to be a bit more comfy, because this is a blow up, it's like a portable child seat which you can just blow up there like a camp mat, the inflatable mats. So that I can deflate that, and I could probably get it inside one of these lockers. So I could try that as well. Moves around a little bit, but it does have clips on the side which I could possibly utilise to secure it better, but I'll probably be alright once I've sat on it, and I reckon that will be really comfy, and that won't soak up. It'll soak up a bit of water, but it's thick enough to be able to protect me from any water collecting in the bottom. So I will be giving that a try as well. This seat's okay. There are other ones on the market with a higher back. I might invest in one of those, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try these seats first and see how they go. Another idea I had incorporates this camera mount, which has the GoPro attachment clip to click into there, but also has the standard camera mount screw on as well. So I thought what I could do is I could click the camera there like that. What I could also do is use the standard camera mount on one of these types of mounts into there like that. And then if I want to use my phone with a GPS tracking device on or something like that, I can then use that like that. Makes it accessing the camera a little more difficult, and I won't be able to see the screen on the back, but I could always play around with this or just put up with it. But it's just another option I've got if I wanted to incorporate my phone into the cockpit area. So it's just another little idea. Right, okay, that's about it for now. Just a few things to consider. Possibly get some of the Scotty slip discs to fit into the arm connectors, the little ratchet mounts, so it's easier to adjust. So I'll probably get some of those. And it's just playing around with the camera mount setup really and seeing what works best. But the only way to do that is to get out on the water. So hopefully in a future video we can get out on the water and we can put the new extender arm and camera mount to the test, and the seating as well, see which seating works best. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.